So why is the stock market rising after market hours? What's going on, team? It's Ricky here with a super quick stock market update. I want to make sure that I keep today's video super short and sweet. So I hope that you learned something new. And if you do, please consider dropping a thumbs up and subscribing to the YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. If you have any questions after this video, send me a direct message via Discord. And that's that first link in the description down below. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So why is Nvidia pushing up after market hours? I closed my position on TQQQ, which is the NASDAQ Bull ETF. I made $17,156, and don't forget about my 41 cents. I left myself with my one lucky share, and just so you can see, I have no open position other than my one lucky share on SQQQ, which again, I didn't trade SQQQ today. So I closed my short position yesterday, and I opened a long position today. If you're part of my LPP team, you would have seen me open up my original long position, and then during today's FOMC minutes report, the market direction changed. I then really stepped on the gas when we got confirmation of this overall reversal. If you're part of our LPP team, in the trade idea section, as soon as TQQQ began to gap up because of Nvidia's earning reports, then I sent out an update making everyone aware, and this was in the very early stages of when TQQQ began to indicate signs of an uptrend. And feel free to check that timestamp in the trade idea section for Learn Plan Profit. So when it comes down to Nvidia stock rises after slight beat driven by AI chips. One of the big things is the overall guidance that Nvidia set for itself. It was so good that, because of how it beat earnings, it had low expectations regardless. And it's, if I'm not mistaken, one of the worst earnings that it's had in the past 5 or 6 quarters. But with that being said, their overall expectation for up and coming quarters because of this AI chip is something that, again, the market just really liked. I have no feel free to look into it. A lot of people like to overcomplicate it, like, I want to have a full understanding of why exactly the market reacted the way that it did. It could most likely be an overreaction. Nonetheless, this is what the market is reacting to, and it's a positive outlook. It's up 8.65%, and that's after nearly a break-even day. And because Nvidia had such a positive influence on most of the market, it also caused AMD, right? AMD is one of its direct competitors, causing AMD to gap up 3% after market hours. And that's after AMD dropped 0.21%. So if you are asking the question, what caused the market to move up today? It's because of Nvidia after market hours reporting earnings, beating earnings by a little bit, but most importantly, its guidance that it has for up and coming quarters due to that AI chip is what is really causing this huge push after market hours. Now, again, just because it's pushing up after market hours, you don't need to freak out, even if you're down on your short position. That's unfortunate, right? If you're shorting. But one of the things that you have to understand is that it's not one stock that's going to carry the rest of the market all the way back up to the top, right? Yes, it could act as a positive catalyst, but I do want to remind you what we have going on tomorrow. And this is all before the market opens. Remember, my job here on YouTube is to keep you up to date with weekly earning reports. So again, if you're not subscribed, another reason to subscribe and turn on those post notifications. Tomorrow, we have initial claims and continuing claims. If you know what that is, if you don't know what that is, initial claims are people that are filing for unemployment for the first time. Continuing claims are people that are continuously filing for unemployment. And these two reports come out tomorrow, 1 hour before the market opens at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. Also, we have the GDP second estimate. This is a report that's going to come out also 1 hour before the market opens. And then the other two, the EIA natural gas inventory report or the EIA crude oil inventory report, to me is not super important. Again, that has to be more driven to the audience that focuses on natural gas or crude oil commodities. My main focus tomorrow is how are these unemployment reports coming out, and also how are these GDP reports coming out. I will not be hosting a free live session for this, but if you're part of my Learn Plan Profit group, we will be talking about it before we go live tomorrow at market open. So I just want to make sure that you are aware of these reports. So tomorrow, 1 hour before the market opens, you're not scratching your head asking, why is the market selling off or why is the market gapping up? You can go to your economic calendar and understand, okay, I do remember Ricky made us aware that there's initial claims, continuing claims, and GDP estimate tomorrow, 1 hour before the market opens. that is my goal, to make you self-sufficient. So again, I'm very grateful for how today played out. We've been doing pretty well, and I'm just going to continue to stay at it. My sense of like focus has not changed, although I did trade TQQQ today, again, $17,000. And although I did trade SQQQ, which is a NASDAQ short yesterday, my focus is, I still think it's too early to tell. I don't know about you guys. You guys can let me know in the comment section. I talked about this in my earlier video, but if you are unaware, right now, NASDAQ, right, which is correlated to QQQ, is testing this support right around 290. You might be asking, Ricky, why do I even care about the support at 290? If you look at the support at 290, right, based off of previous resistance levels, right, we used to trade within 260 to 290. So you can see this range. We used to trade within this range for, I don't know, it felt like forever, but pretty much all of 2022. Not all of 2022, but the last quarter of 2022. We used to trade within this range. Lows of 260, highs of 290. Well, why is that significant? Well, now when we broke above 290, like we've said before, especially if you're part of our LPP team, old resistance levels become new support levels normally on the way down, right? So what I'm looking for right now is a better sense of direction. And I think it's too early to tell, which if you're asking the question, why do you continue to sell your entire position by the end of day? And it's because I do not know if the market's going to go up or if the market's going to break the support and actually begin to go down. And it's because I don't know that I'm not holding a position overnight, because any position that you hold overnight, there's an uncontrolled amount of risk that you take on by holding a position overnight. So I would rather keep it simple. I'd rather wait for the market to open. And if I see a clear sense of a bullish pattern, market recovering, then I'll go long, right? If market begins to break that support again, then I'll go short. It's very simple. I know it's very boring. It frustrates a lot of you guys because I go long one day, I go short the other. I'm explaining to you why I do what I do. I don't need you to agree with me. I'm not right 100% of the time. But my biggest thing is to manage and mitigate risk. And this is a way that I do so by being able to close out my position anytime that I am uncertain of market direction. And ultimately, I don't care what my indicators say. My main thing that I'm focused on is definitely market direction. But while we're talking about indicators on the day chart, we are testing on the day, right? On the day chart here, we are testing our support right around the EMA and the moving average, which again, it just correlates on perfectly to what's going on based off previous resistance levels here around 290 to 295, now acting as a new support level on the way down here to 290, 295. So what I'm saying pretty much for those that are just complete beginners is I'm waiting for direction to be more clear. I don't know if we're going to break below this and begin to drop right back down to 260, because if we do break below this moving average and begin to head down, I'm going to short the market, meaning I'm going to make money as the market sells off. If we begin to show signs of a support, meaning that if we begin to hold our ground here and then market begins to recover, then I will go long, meaning that I will buy TQQQ and make money as the market goes up. But my biggest thing is wait for direction to be a little bit more clear. So watch that position size. Don't be afraid to manage or mitigate that risk. And most importantly, never be afraid to lock in profits. Remember, I like to keep my trading very, very simple. I work with one team and one team only. This is my Learn Plan Profit group, and they get to watch me trade live every day. I offer nothing else. It's a one-time payment. It's lifetime access. And again, you get to join my team. So if you want access to me, if you want to be able to work with me on a daily basis, if you want to be able to watch me trade live, this is literally the only thing that I offer. And it's the second link in the description down below, or you can head on over to learnplanprofit.net. And again, we are running our biggest sale right now. It's the second link in the description. It's $150 off. And yes, like I said, it's a one-time payment. And yes, you do get lifetime access. I do want to remind you, I do trade live every single morning at market open. So if you want to watch me trade live as soon as tomorrow, make sure you get all set up in the course, right? Then you get access to the Discord. It's all included. And the first 3 videos in Learn Plan Profit, it actually shows you how to get access to the Discord and how to get access to my daily live trading session. So again, that's all provided for you within the welcome section of Learn Plan Profit 2.0. So I do appreciate you guys' time. I'm excited to be able to trade live with you guys tomorrow. Just wanted to make sure that you guys were aware of Nvidia earnings and why the market was gapping up after market hours and how I decided to lock in profits. Like always, continue working hard, continue following dreams, let your passion be what drives your success. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green now. Take it easy, team.